Hi everyone, my name is Calvin Cherry and I have written a prequel to Bram Stoker's masterpiece, Dracula. So for me, this journey started when I was around 7 years old when I read Dracula for the first time. So I was so enamored by this tale, I became quickly fascinated and perhaps a little obsessed even with the idea or notion of what it might have been like to have been a fly on the wall while Bram Stoker was researching and writing his classic, and to also discover the motivation behind it. So to answer those questions, in my early 20s, I went down a path of about 2 decades of research. And during this time, I read every biography that had been written about Bram Stoker. I also read his notes on Dracula, which are located in the Rosenbach Museum in Philadelphia. I read his lost journal when it turned up in 2002 in an attic on the Isle of Wight. And I also managed to find and read the exact same reference materials that Bram had used in the 1890s. Around the same period, I also began to research the historical Dracula. This guy right here, otherwise known as Dracula III or Vlad the Impaler. So all the research that I did, every bit of it, made its way into my novel. So even though the underlying plot is fantasy driven, I managed to connect the dots with a ton of history and a lot of fact. So all the main characters in my novel are actually historical figures playing themselves. First and foremost, of course, Bram Stoker, his wife Florence, their son Noel, even Bram's employer, Sir Henry Irving, has a supporting role. And he's actually the gentleman that Bram had in mind when he was describing the physical characteristics of his fictional count. And finally, all the locations in my novel are actually very real places that you can go to and visit, even still today. And they all play an important part in either Bram Stoker's life or the life of Vlad the Impaler. So I hope you enjoyed this first video blog. It's the first of many. So please like it, please share it with your friends, and if you feel like this book is something that you would be interested in, if you're a fan of Bram Stoker, Dracula, vampires, or the historical Vlad the Impaler, I think you would really enjoy this book. And it's available at all online book retail stores. And if you go to a brick and mortar store and it's not there, you can have them order it for you. And if you prefer an autographed copy, please reach out to me, private message me from my author Facebook page, and I would be more than happy to hook you up. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you again soon. Next week, I'll actually be talking about why I wrote this novel and some other interesting facts that I think you will enjoy. So thank you. See you again next week. Goodbye.